Hello my friends and frenemies, it is I am Nexel, and we're going to be reviewing the Lenovo Legion Go, and we're going to be comparing it to literally all the other handhelds in the market. And I'm not counting the MSI Claw. Anyway, the Lenovo Legion Go is a Windows handheld PC, something you've probably heard thousands of times, so I'm not going to go over all that. If you want to hear that stuff, go to a different review. Anyway, looking at, because I've wanted removable controllers on my handheld ever since the Switch, but also when I played on my Steam Deck, I was thinking of ideas like, man, I wish I could remove these controllers and not have to hold the device the whole time and just have a tabletop mode or something else that I can do, because a lot of these PC handheld games, or just PC games in general, have these screens and the text would be small, or the text would be too blurry because the resolution's too low, other things like that. And for me, it was a good mix. It also had this really nice screen, and I have the Steam Deck OLED, and I can say, other than when there's black on the screen, you cannot tell that it's not an OLED screen. And that's why it's like, yeah, the screen is really good. I wasn't expecting to really notice 2K on a 8-inch screen, but it's definitely noticeable, and I normally have a 2K monitor. So seeing it on a screen like that with the pixel density, I think that's how you say it, it's really nice. So I definitely recommend, if you are looking for higher resolution and a bigger screen, just go with the Legion Go. Its software is really where its weak point is and something that they need to work on, but I'm sure eventually they'll get there. Lossless scaling is really good, and it allows you to basically double your FPS. And when you double your FPS on games, you can basically just say, hey, I only want to play this at 60 FPS. So you take down your FPS to 30, and bada bing bada boom, you got 60 FPS, and your battery life is going to be the same as if it was 30 FPS. I've used this, and in most of the recordings that you're seeing now of me using it, the frame chart is a little messed up, but whenever I undocked it from my capture card, it worked perfectly fine. And I also use it for Xenoverse, and you can see here I had 30 FPS on Dragon Ball Xenoverse, but then lossless scaling makes it appear as if it's 60, so it's real smooth. As far as input delay and stuff like that, because it's technically 30 FPS, I haven't felt it that much, so I think that it works fine. This is also something that I want to see in the future for the Steam Deck and other handhelds, to just have built in, and not to have lossless scaling be carrying these companies with the software, which is funny, but like, you know, lossless scaling kind of is carrying these handheld PCs as far as like future stuff and things to do. Also, being the fact that the Lenovo Legion Go, the screen is 144 hertz, meaning theoretically, if you can get about like 80 FPS on a game, then you can double that FPS and get around 144. So honestly, I think that having higher resolution screens and hertz isn't that bad, as long as you are using lossless scaling and upscale your game. And you can even do this stuff without having to use the full power of the device. You just need enough power to consistently have 30 FPS or 60 FPS, depending on the game that you're playing. When it comes to performance, the Lenovo Legion Go is basically the same as the Ally. The problem that some people have are the drivers for the Legion, and how they're a little bit out of date from what I heard compared to the Allies. I haven't noticed too much of a difference of performance. At the end of the day, if my game runs and I don't run too many heavy games, I'm all good. Software on the device is terrible. You can use it, it works. It's not the greatest, but it definitely needs updates. Lenovo Legion Go, take some notes from Asus, please. Like, I want per game performance. I want, when I unplug it to be at 13 watts, and when I plug it in, I don't care, it's plugged in, go at 30 watts. I want that type of experience added. Other than that, that was kind of my review of the Lenovo Legion Go. It is a bit in the middle of everything. Like I said before, comfort, it's in the middle. Steam Deck is the most comfortable handheld I have ever grabbed in my entire life. I don't think it's ever getting more comfortable than a Steam Deck. I think that if you are looking for a handheld and you can't try all of them out like I did, I'm surprised I even managed to try all of them out. I would recommend that you would just and look at all the handhelds, look at all the PCs, and find which one you truly think you'll utilize the most. How important is weight? How important is this? How important is that? You know, that's something to factor in. This is the heaviest handheld out of all of them. Notice that if it does get weight, you can just dock it down in the tabletop mode, so it does make it a bit easier. But other than that, hopefully you enjoyed this video. I've been AmanXL Makiko, also known as Makiko Senpai, and remember, love your friends and love your family, but most importantly, don't forget to love yourself. And I will see you on the flip side. Later.